Hey, this is Jim at Broadfield. Thanks for joining us for another Broadfield Liquid Lunch and Learn every Thursday at 1 p.m. Eastern Time. As you can see, I am representing my slide today with a nice Vizrt hat, and I am being joined by Austin from Vizrt. Hey, Austin, how are you, man?
Good. How are you guys?
Doing excellent, doing excellent. Thank you
Awesome.
for joining us on the show today.
Of
We're going to
course.
get started with the show in just a moment, give our dealers a little opportunity to log in and join us. I'm really excited about the show, though, because as the weather is starting to get nicer, especially here in the Northeast, this is when people are getting outside with the cameras. This is when all the sports are taking place out on the fields, whether you're talking about football, soccer, baseball, it all starts now. And I'm a football fan first and foremost. Austin, you played football for a while, didn't you?
I did. I played all through high school and I played in college at Penn State University. So pretty familiar with the game. Still love the sport. Love watching. Don't miss playing though, because my body is happy for that.
I'm sure you're reminded every time you get out of bed, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All too well. We'll try not to hold Penn State against you. My son's at Ohio State University right now. So, definitely have a heart in the Big Ten. My other son is down in the SEC with the University of Arkansas. So it's definitely fun. It's amazing looking at these sports programs in these big schools, though. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to invite you to join us, because you're familiar with what it takes to get the sports productions in these big schools. But what I love about the products we're talking about today, and specifically the Go series of products, is some of the real great sales opportunities that it creates for some smaller schools, even Division II, Division III, even higher ed, and some local sports programs can really benefit from some of the tools we're talking about today.
Absolutely.
So, Austin, we talked about your playing days. Do me a favor and introduce yourself and your role with Vizrt to our dealer audience today.
So I am Austin Hinton, technical pre-sales consultant here at Vizrt. I've been here about 3 years now. My role mainly consists of developing workflows, helping out customers broaden their broadcasts and productions, and now specifically working with our sports products, which is definitely right in my backyard. So it's a comfortable place. It's an awesome place to be working, and also working with these products in order to get them out there.
Absolutely. And one of the things that we're excited about, too, is we have a huge dealer base of new tech TriCaster certified dealers. And now we're looking to bring them an expanded portfolio from the Vizrt product line. And the product we're talking about today is based on the Libero sports analysis platform. Can you talk a little bit about Libero?
Yeah, so Libero's the market-leading sports analysis software, hands down, most comprehensive highlights enhancement tool. So within Vizrt Libero, we get annotations, telestration, slow motion, AI cutout detection. In order for broadcasters and coaches and players to enhance their stories when they're showcasing highlights or recaps, Vizrt Libero captures all of those components and gives you a way to broadcast them or stream them, even put them on social media for viewers to watch recaps of games on their phones. It's a very, very flexible tool, and it's very easy to use, to get used to, and I'm just happy to showcase it today.
Yeah, no, absolutely. One of the things that we've seen with Libero is the sports fan, even the average sports fan, is becoming more and more intelligent. And they're really geeking out on seeing a lot of this analysis come across the screen as they're enjoying the event. So it's not only the sports fan that's watching it and seeing all the analytics come through, but it can be used in the locker room after a game for coaches and players and staff to create a kind of recap of the previous game, or to scout players or opponents for upcoming games as well, right?
Absolutely, yeah. There's so many ways that it can be used, and when you mentioned of people watching, that there's fans that get engaged, but there's also viewers that watch content, and to be able to bring in stats or just identifying things in the game that we don't necessarily see while we're watching something live, to be able to showcase what happens in a game of an unsung hero, what were they doing in the game to help their team win, or facilitate a goal or a touchdown or scoring a basket. All those things can be broken down within one platform, and I think that's really cool.
No, absolutely. It definitely is. And that's what I think is really cool, too, about the Libero Go, and the Go family of products from Vizrt is that now we're making these tools more available and accessible to a lower entry level audience for people to really kind of roll their sleeves up and get involved in using some of this stuff, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like now you can take any sport, any platform that doesn't have a designated size, like, a football field or a basketball court. Those dimensions are set in place. But with these calibration tools inside Libero, you can take, as we're looking at here, for swimming or for a golf course, they all change size and shape. A baseball field changes size and shape. You can calibrate using these features over any type of field and record these in a database. So you can say, I want to capture clips from hole number 16 of the Masters or something, and then do my analysis on that. All of that's available to use. And then when you go to smaller sports or a smaller tier like lacrosse, capturing all of those elements, bringing them into Libero, and then telling your story with analytics and different tools, showcasing players and venues. All of that is included, and it helps enhance the game.
Absolutely. A few years ago, nobody would have expected a cornhole tournament to appear on the Ocho, But when you're broadcasting all of these different sports, the sport is important to the fans that are tuning in and watching it. And ESPN and other sports broadcasters have created this level of production that has become expected, regardless of what the sport is. So now when you can overlay these different statistics and have the analytics tools at your fingertips in a package that can broadcast those sports from any production system, that's really what opens the door to get you to that next level of production.
Absolutely.
Now, the Libero Go is built on really three facets. It's compact, very small turnkey system, including the hardware that's needed to serve the Libero platform, and the software subscription to give you the analytics and tools. It is cost effective, coming in at under $10,000, and we'll talk about some promotions later on in the show. And it's convenient. It's for someone who has not yet gotten involved in the sports analytics element to their productions. With this platform, they can go to Viz University, get some easy training, get the tools set up and running, add it to their TriCaster production or 3-pay production, and really have the best of everything out of the box. Austin, can you walk us through a little bit more in depth of what Libero Go is?
Yeah, so Libero Go, software analysis, or sports analysis program, but specifically with the Libero Go, you're basically sent a box. This box has the hardware and software installed on it. Once you turn the system on, there is a tutorial video. There's some content that you can work with in order to get you started and get familiar with the interface. And then we also have our Viz University courses where you can go into depth of showcasing, single camera, multiple camera, highlighting different aspects of a sporting event. So it's very compact. It's very easy and simple to get started. And then with the capabilities of NDI, you can bring in your sources from virtually anywhere. With this, you can have, if you have your 3-play system, capturing content or different angles from a sporting event, you could bring those clips directly into your Viz Libero Go and have be able to add your annotations to those files. So being that this is file-based workflows, you can have different clips, highlight packages ready to go, and upload these, bring these into the Libero itself, and then start doing your tweaks and creating a story and posting that online, sharing to different viewers, for coaches to review, for players to review. Everything can be exported directly from the box itself using NDI, saving it as a file or uploading it to different locations. So it's very cool. And then we'll talk about it later about the cropping features for social media. But one of the new things added is definitely really great in speed, because turning around content and showcasing it to fans and viewers is definitely an importance, and we got that covered.
That's awesome. And I want to play a little bit of an overview video of Libero Go and talk to you about a little bit more about some of the more in-depth features and what the package can offer. I know with the Libero Go specifically, you get to start with any 3 sports to get those analytics tools, right?
Yep, that's correct. So you get 3 sports you can select from, and then once you open up a session, you have that sport, and then that's where you basically set your field of play, and then you can go from there.
Awesome. And that gives you a lot of graphics enhancements, data visualizations, a lot of things that really take that analytics tool and really incorporate it into your production, where it's not just text on the screen. It becomes part of the actual production itself, right?
Yep. So like just taking, spacing components like we're looking at in soccer here, distance between a player and a goalie, or, we saw before with cycling, making turns, the angles of the turn. When we look at these components, it's like we're watching something that's competitive, but the little specific moments that we can analyze and bring out makes what we're watching more memorable. And I think specifically for athletes, there are a lot of things that we don't necessarily see when we're watching a game, but to bring these things out in graphical terms, showcasing them with team colors and team branding, it just amplifies the actual experience of what we're watching.
Absolutely. And I love the breadth of sports that we're showing in this little demo clip, all of the different things that you have that capability to do. One of my personal favorites is watching MMA, and I know that's one of the sports that's supported as well, giving you some of those graphic overlays and analysis there. And what I find really interesting about that too, even as a viewer who enjoys the sport, now you're getting an expert analysis, adding these overlays that's pointing out what you, the audience, should be paying attention to. And it's really kind of educating you to be a better sports fan going forward, right?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of sports that I was a fan of in the past, or like that I grew to love more because of analytics. NASCAR is a perfect example. When there's someone driving a car, I didn't understand how fit they had to be in order to control a moving vehicle at 200 miles per hour. But when you break down different analytics and showcasing those, statistics and numbers, it makes you more engaged with what you're watching. So, it takes the whole competitive essence and brings it up to a whole nother level, which is really awesome to see.
Absolutely. And you mentioned NDI integration. Now, that NDI integration is what allows Libero Go to play in environments with a 3-player or with a TriCaster system really easily too, right?
Right. Yeah. You can use your output. Once you create a clip or a highlight from Libero Go, you can play that clip out to, your designated switcher. So it makes everything certainly easy and simple to work in a streamlined environment. So with that component, it's basically you can have your content out to your switcher, or if it's going to another destination, all with NDI, it covers that whole landscape.
And that's awesome. As you can see, definitely a lot of features, a lot of things to talk about here. All this information is available to all of our dealers in Channeltivity, of course. I can share any of these decks with you. We can get Austin to help do a demo. We can go through all of this stuff too. But I think one of the most important things to look at is some of the different workflows and things that we've talked about. Austin, here we have one example here. Can you walk us through that?
Yeah. So let's take on the first video ingest, we have a Vizrt 3-play system. The 3-play system is capturing 4 camera angles. Now with the Vizrt Libero operator going to the analysis hub, they can take any one of those camera sources and clip off the content that they're watching. So once you go into the analysis hub, you can utilize, doing your annotations, your 3D, your flights, you're using your AI detection. And then once you create your clip, simplified, just going through the output options. So if you want to export a file to go to social media, if you want to send it to a digital channel, for a replay feedback, or to broadcast of, here's our halftime highlights, here's how we break it down in games or events. All of those just happened with one person operating. So it takes, a full production that's happening, but you can do so much more with the capabilities of NDI and Libero Go system.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that you and I talked about before we turned on the cameras today, is it really is a tool that is built for production teams of all sizes. Obviously,
Absolutely.
If I have additional manpower, additional resources, and I could have one person controlling a TriCaster system or the 3-play system, and I have someone else on the analysis tools and someone else serving flowage from another machine, I can incorporate all these tools together very easily.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, just with the computer, you can have a touchscreen tablet for, if you want to do your telestration. But everything is simplified, and, you don't have to utilize a ton of manpower. Everything just generally works.
Absolutely. And that's what's great too, is you can use the resources that you have available, but you don't necessarily need the resources to get started in it too. If
Right.
you're broadcasting sports, you need to add that analysis to it. Libero Go is a nice entry into that platform to really get something set up easily and go on with it. And this is exactly what we talked about. Smaller teams that want to go beyond a basic telestration and really add those next level of tools. That's exactly what we're offering here in this product.
Yes.
And I know you use the examples of some of the niche sports, some of the smaller universities. Now we're talking D2, D3 schools. It's a very low bar of entry at under $10,000 to get involved in Libero Go to get set up and running.
Yeah, it's definitely easy. It's easy to get into. If there's a person that is a sports fan and they're covering a small college team and they want to break down, just different analytics, to learn this tool and to have the resources available, it's definitely a cool way to amplify sports. For smaller tier teams to get this content, to be on social media platforms and breaking down highlights or showcasing different players, or it's unlimited possibilities of what you can do.
Absolutely. I know we have another video clip I wanted to show too. Here we're looking at a punt return, right? With some of the analysts put over the top.
Yeah, so I'm not an analyst myself, but I did make this clip. But showcasing here a freeze frame, identifying where this player could run. I have a player beam on top of him. Here's the two players that could have made the tackle. They're in position, but he's going to break away from them. Go through again. We have another pause. Here's the last line of defense, missing that tackle. Then we're showcasing the speed of a player. We have a little Vizrt logo where you can use some advertisements on field, making it look like they're there in the actual environment. So that whole clip that was captured, added in some analytics and exported, that all took me under 10 minutes to do. So to turn around something like that, for me, that's not necessarily a Premiere operator. I think it was pretty cool of how quick that turnaround happened.
I have to ask, were you on the field there? Is that a Glory Days clip?
Absolutely not, no. the highlights of me would be cheering on the sidelines a good bit. So
okay, all right, that's good enough. Those are the clips we'll have to get for the next show.
Yeah, we'll find those.
So I know the biggest question that the customers are always going to ask our dealers is why Libero Go? And again, we talked about the content, we talked about the engagement of the fans. Let's walk them through some of those other solutions that it helps resolve.
I think with the augmented sports production, any sport you plug into the system, it'll be able to read, and you can provide annotations. So that flexibility, it's super feature rich. Anything that you want to showcase with player rosters, previous game stats, using heat maps for soccer, just identifying different components. All of these features are in place right on the interface. So you don't have to go necessarily out to different platforms or programs in order to bring in the Libero. It's all there. With the data connectors, you can bring in stats real time, have those stats updated in real time, and be able to display it whichever way you want. Being able to do slow motion and zooming in on players and player movements, all of these features that are involved are definitely key components of why Libero's one of the best platform to use. And then with virtual advertising, you can have sponsored highlights, recaps for first half highlights sponsored by so having those logos on the field, making it look like they're there, but that's just for enhancing branding opportunities. And then accessing all of the features at this low price is definitely one of the huge benefits, because if you want to get into something, if you're passionate about it and want to showcase talents of the sports that you're watching, this is definitely an easy way to get in price point wise, and something you could gradually learn and grow with, because you can add so much more to taking that simple punt return clip and breaking it down to different elements and showcasing them to viewers.
Absolutely. I think the monetization in the advertising is really a key feature too that helps justify the expense of getting into the system. Anyone who's watched an NFL game has seen the All-State good hands behind the goalpost. And that branding has become such a part of a sports broadcast that it's honestly not even noticed anymore. And it's almost like a subliminal thing where, I've seen it, I know I've seen it, but it's not distracting from the content of the game.
Exactly.
Having that monetization capability for the smaller sports and the niche sports that we've talked about becomes even more and more important because it allows them to keep those broadcasts going and help build their audience and grow to different people from there. The Libero Go solution we talked about, under $10,000 investment, is really the perfect solution for small teams. Obviously, because of the cost and efficiency, but because of that return on investment there as well, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's something you could start with at a low cost point, but you get everything that you need in order to have these features and be able to deliver content in real time. So with the simplicity, the courses being taken, how you can grow with the platform, it's definitely something you can do. And the return of investment as well, as you just mentioned, with the monetization of advertising, there's so much that you can do with just a click of a button in order to enhance what's being shown and broadcasted.
Absolutely. And I want to make sure that our dealers know too, it's the plug and play setup and the ease of getting that system installed makes it perfect too, because the smaller the team, the less IT resources might be available. So now they're going to rely on you as their system integrator to come in, set something up, get them up and going, send them, maybe get them started on the system or send them to Viz University, and they're going to want to be going very quickly. This system allows you to do just that. And with the NDI integration, I mean, it's as simple as plugging in a cable.
Right.
So here we're looking at all the Vizrt Libero Go features. Austin, I'm not going to ask you to run down the list. We'll lose our entire audience. A lot of this stuff is all that we talked about already. You can see all of those different features set up across the board. I want to point out again, the Libero Go platform, the entry-level turnkey hardware, software solution that we're talking about. You choose 3 sports to activate at onset. It could be any 3 sports you want, but you're choosing those 3 sports to get started with the platform and to support your analysis and broadcast going forward, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Perfect.
So if it's someone that's doing operation or controlling football, basketball, and baseball, you have those 3 sports ready. Each time an event ends, you have your files that are located somewhere, the camera feeds. You can bring those in, open up specific sports, and then do your analysis. But everything exists in one platform, and it makes it very simple to use and operate.
Absolutely. And if you are a small production team, I challenge you to go support more than 3 sports and fit that into your schedule as well. So it really is the perfect solution. For our dealers, you're familiar with the Vizrt sales process. It's just laid out for you visually here. It all starts with offering that Libero Go solution. It's a complete hardware, software, turnkey solution for your customers. We get that end user data into the sales quote process. We get them activated. We get the software license activated. They can purchase from you a 1-year, 2-year, or 3-year subscription to the Libero Go platform. Obviously, the longer you can get that subscription activated for upfront, the more that you're making from that initial quote, from that initial sale. And it allows your customers to know that you're going to be there to support the system, either with New Tech Pro Tech Care, your own support, and all these things combined together to support everything across the board.
Right.
And then, of course, Viz University. With a new product like Libero Go, Viz University becomes even more important, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it breaks down every component. It's simple to learn, and it's fun. It's sports,
Absolutely, and it's good because there's courses there for both our dealers and for the end users using the platform. There is a Libero Go sales platform training that you can go on there. It's a really short video. You can watch that video super quick and have everything that we talked about today and everything that you need to know to start offering the package to your customers today. There's also tons of information available on the Vizrt website, and of course, Channeltivity, where you can download data sheets, marketing materials, banners, anything you need to help share this to your customers. If you're selling TriCaster production systems or 3-play units, especially in sports production environments, Libero Go is an excellent add-on, an excellent solution, and it allows you to start growing your product portfolio and to get deeper in with that Viz solution and with the Viz family. As I mentioned, Libero Go is a complete hardware and software turnkey solution. Austin, this system, it would include that first year subscription to the Libero Go software with the 3 sports that we talked about, right?
That's correct. Yep. What we just saw on that previous slide, that's what's involved in the cost there.
Perfect. So again, at under $10,000, you have everything you need to get the sports analysis in a compact, low-cost solution to offer your customers now. There is, and that's not all. There is a special promotion available this summer as well. Austin, can you tell us about that promotion?
Yeah, so with the promotion, you get a 50% discount. So if we're taking that $995 price, $9,995 price, adding on to that, you get a 50% off if you purchase with a 3-player or Tricaster, and that just enhances your production workflow. So you're taking it in your replay, captivating highlights, and also streaming out that content. To have these all in a package deal makes the workflow more streamlined, and I think this is definitely a huge opportunity to take advantage of. If you're getting started or even enhancing your production environment for any sports broadcast.
Absolutely. And I'll call you back to the workflow that we showed earlier. I'll remind you that it has the NDI production capability. So if you're selling your customers a TriCaster 410 Plus, TC1, TriCaster 1 Pro, or TriCaster 2 Elite, or sports production with the 3-play, 3P1 or 3P2, Libero Go is an excellent solution to add on to that sports production workflow. The way this program breaks down with that 50% off that Austin was talking about is your customers commit to 2 years of Libero Go, and they're getting 50% off of each year. So they would purchase their TriCaster system. They would purchase Libero Go, which is the $99.96 that we showed earlier, and then the second year subscription, which is also $99.96. They get 50% off of both of those, which means they're getting that package now for 2 years at a total of $99.96 added to that TriCaster purchase. This promo is available to new customers only. We have all the terms and conditions. This was actually just launched 2 days ago. So even up until we went live, we were looking at all the final points, but I think we have it hammered out. Our Broadfield sales team can, of course, work with you and all your sales team to make sure we get those quotes out to your customers properly and let them take advantage of the summer promo. Sports production is now better than ever with the Libero Go analysis tools in there. Austin, we talked a lot about the program. We talked a lot about what the product is. There are some exciting new upgrades or new features that are being announced now as well. Is that right?
That's correct. Yeah. This is a big one, I think. The social media video crop tool. For someone like me, if I'm watching sports highlights on my phone, I'm in that vertical view. You kind of miss elements that are being captured in a game that's a widescreen. So with this crop tool, you can basically take your analysis and format how you want that output to be. So if you're outputting for 16:9 broadcast, but you want that same clip to be visible on the phone, but capture all of your elements, you can crop those exports of what you're doing. And this is all directly from the system. So you create your analysis, export the clip. I want one to go full screen, 16:9 to my broadcasters, but I also want to export to viewers that are watching on Instagram or X or something like that. And you could have that same clip follow all of the elements, all of the analysis that you put on screen. So this is definitely one of the cool new features in order to enhance where the content's going and how visible it is for viewers to watch and get engaged in.
Imagine trying to see the highlight clip of whether or not the receiver tiptoed his feet before he went out of bounds and having that cropped off a frame because you're watching it on Instagram, right?
It's frustrating.
It's like, just show me what I need to see. And then there's a sports calibration database now as well, right?
Yep. So you can store a database of your playing field or your playing environment. So for sports that are not necessarily I don't know the proper word to use,
mainstream.
There you go. Mainstream sports. So operators now can create a calibration database, and you have that database stored and saved. So if you go back to that same venue for an event that you're capturing, you can just reload your database, and you'll have everything there already preset that you could already start doing your analysis on content. So it saves a ton of time. When you're doing the calibration stage, you have everything stored in the database, and you could also share this database file with other operators if they're working in different locations. So it makes things a lot faster.
So this is a perfect slide for our tri-state area dealers. They're building a new cricket stadium here on Long Island. So, here, I wouldn't consider cricket to be a mainstream sport here in the U.S. So it lets you set that data integration up now. And then there's a sport tech integration as well, right?
Yep, you can bring in content in real time, identifying heat maps, penalty maps, player lineups, all this data that's provided online. You can bring it in and display it on the field in your own colors if you want. If you want a different type of template overlaying on the field, it brings more to the game, and it's a simplified with a click. Enabling sport tech integration, you can say, here's a game that we're watching. These two players have been on fire lately. Here's where they've been making most of their goals on. And not to go away from the actual watching of sports, but for the bettors out there, if you're watching a game real time and you have this type of information, it's definitely it's definitely beneficial if you're on those apps, throwing down some action on the game. So
absolutely, and that's a lot. That is the largest growing segment of the sports audience right now. And it is now even being fully accepted by the sports leagues themselves, which is something I never thought I'd see. And it really is a part of the broadcast. And it's a part of a big reason why the media is being consumed the way it is today. So as you can see, with all those great new features, with the entry level to the platform with Libero Go, you have a really nice solution to offer your sports production customers who are looking to add that next level of analysis tools to their production, to their game day videos, all of their broadcast as it goes out, either live for coaches review after, or as Austin pointed out on the latest upgrade, with that social media crop. You have all these different capabilities. Austin, thank you so much for joining us today.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh, our pleasure. If you need to learn more information about Libero Go, about the summer promo to offer it with your TriCaster or 3-Play sales, reach out to your Broadfield sales team at 800-634-5178. We'd be happy to help you. If you have any questions or need any of the collateral material or the presentation that we showed off today, or the video clips and demos, I can share those with you as well, either through VizRT's Channeltivity platform, or I can email and set it up for you directly. You can contact me, jim@broadfield.com. Austin, thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of the week.
Thank you. You too. Take care.
Until next week, tune in every Thursday at 1 p.m. Thanks for joining us today. Cheers.
Broadfield Distributing is a value-added distributor of live production, streaming, video editing, and storage products. We only sell to resellers. We are always looking for new dealers. So call us at 1-800-634-5178 or email sales@broadfield.com. You'll like doing business with Broadfield because we make it easy to do business.